1946, gave the profession a sense of distinction that ushered librarians to set sail into practice. A library practitioner is granted a license by passing the librarian's licensure exam. At the time of this study was conducted, the roster listed 6,803 librarians. This number is based solely on the list of passers of the exam. This does not reflect those who have retired, died, or did not register to be recognized professional librarian. Likewise, this number does not reflect those licensed LIS graduates who did not practice librarianship and chose to pursue another profession. Neither are those who opt not to take the licensure exam after graduation, but are only after the degree. When it comes to producing creative, scholarly, or learning outputs, the figures are also not directly proportional to the research writing demographics of librarians. Many librarians may not be involved in deep scientific research as yet in the field or in any other chosen fields of study, but collaboration and benchmarking became their avenues to contribute to the knowledge society. This study attempted to explore the participation of Filipino librarians as knowledge generators and receptors in the domain of knowledge sharing, to document the kind of explicit and implicit knowledge they put out, document discretion to share, contribute, collaborate, and the means for which they perform knowledge sharing activities, probe insights of those who have yet to experience taking active part in the knowledge sharing process. So knowledge sharing is the central theme of the study. Bringing in of intellectual capital to others by means of scholarly communication through knowledge donation, and pulling in of others' intellectual assets by way of consultation, that is, knowledge collection, is the synergy of knowledge sharing. The creation and sharing of one's knowledge capital largely depends on each individual's conscious effort, personal interest, and intention. Motives also play a crucial role in this synergy. Explicit or tangible knowledge and tacit knowledge, that is, ideas, insights, and cognition, in the form of creative outputs and resource materials are the products of knowledge generators benefiting the knowledge receptors. Okay. The respondents were profiled according to their professional eligibility, the subjects of the study included the licensed librarians, the non-licensed, but have had formal training in education and LIS. And then, in the scope and methodology, in order to capture the intended subjects, the first approach was to go through the directories of the library organizations. It was quite difficult to capture the subjects online, so the first approach was to go through the directories. But since the proposed sampling method was used. In order to capture target respondents, professional library organizations and directories were consulted. However, because of the inconsistencies or the lack of information thereof from these directories in terms of establishing online contact to would-be respondents, response rate was unsuccessful. Hence, the second attempt was through Facebook, being the most popular social networking site in the country today. This was the choice, SNS, as most librarians are its active users. The online survey questionnaire was determined as the suitable instrument to use in order to reach as many subjects as possible. It was designed to capture the profile of target respondents and from there establish whether or not they are producing creative, scholarly, or learning outputs. Depending on the respondent's answer, the questionnaire branches out into two sets of questions to further investigate their knowledge-sharing activities. The data gathered from their responses is pertinent to data analysis as intended by this study. Exhausting all means possible to collect data, the survey was conducted for a period of 2 months from December 2012 to January 2013, repeatedly sending out the questionnaire a little over the said period, aiming at increasing its response rate. Despite this, only a total of 135 responses, which are all valid, were gathered for analysis. Descriptive statistics and percentage analysis were utilized in order to analyze the collected data. So the results, some key highlights. So first was the profile of respondents and their knowledge outputs. Respondents were profiled according to their professional eligibility, that is whether licensed or not, the nature of work environment, and their involvement in the generation of knowledge outputs of the implicit and explicit knowledge. The profile revealed that 95% were registered librarians while 5% are not. As to the nature of work environment, 82% are connected to libraries by occupation, a huge percentage of which work in academic libraries, followed by those working in special libraries, then those in school libraries, and with only one respondent from a public library. Meanwhile, as to their involvement in the generation of knowledge outputs, results reveal that 66% out of the grand total respondents come up with knowledge assets, while 34% do not. It is noteworthy that 58% of those non-licensed respondents produce knowledge outputs. Looking at the profile of knowledge generators, library practitioners in the academic library account for a huge number of output generation. Meanwhile, among those licensed not practicing library work, the teaching faculty members and the non-library science practitioners appear to have been active in producing knowledge outputs. 66% of the respondents have affirmed their active involvement in producing explicit and implicit knowledge. Why do they do this? The reasons for coming up with knowledge outputs were solicited from among respondents who were involved in knowledge output generation. Results show that institutional mandate is the primary reason as to why they are coming up with such materials. 53 indicated that they would like to contribute to the field, while 43 are interested in exploring important issues in the field that they have chosen to write about. Others are coming up with outputs because there are incentives waiting for them, that they are responding to call for papers for presentation in conferences such as this, and that they are interested in conducting research. The rest have indicated the following being their reasons: project requirement, feedback recall, which they only write whenever they are invited to speak at a seminar, graduate school requirement, and whenever they apply for a grant. What are the kinds of explicit knowledge do they produce? In relation to institutional expectation, to write, documentation of institutional procedures is the highest kind of material the respondents have noted. Materials born out of lecture presentations and papers or articles written for publication, conference presentation, and others came close to office-related outputs. Learning tools, modules, programs, reports, and feasibility studies were among the next vital reasons for generating knowledge outputs. It is also significant that the number of library practitioners are coming up with books, monographs, which calls for more in-depth implicit knowledge. Others have cited church-related documents, databases, and creative essays as their kind of outputs. An inquiry to explore in-depth as to what compelled the respondents share their knowledge outputs was posted as a multiple response question. A summary of their responses revealed that the foremost thrust of knowledge sharing is their primary motivation, as knowledge should be a free commodity. They also believe that there should be a reciprocity of the key benefits of knowledge. Remarkably, while a number of the respondents write because their institutions expect them to, organizational thrust came out the lowest in rank from among the said reasons. The respondents were asked for the means for which they share their knowledge outputs. Sharing via email or group lists, peer review publishing, and institutional repositories via document sharing and social media came out as their most popular means to communicate results. In terms of number, licensed librarians who work in academic libraries are active in collaboration and publication. Licensed librarians in school libraries those practicing a non-librarian capacity or practitioner of another profession and freelancer are both into collaboration and publication. On the other hand, not all licensed librarians who are teaching full-time are into collaboration. However, all of them are into publishing. Lastly, 1 out of 4 non-licensed practitioners who produce knowledge outputs has not been involved in neither collaboration nor publication. Not all knowledge generators are knowledge sharers, as this study has revealed. Those who were not open about sharing their outputs to the public stated their various reasons for their unopenness. The hesitation that their works might be reused commercially without their knowledge made them want those who would like to reuse their works obtain their permission first. The feeling that their works may not be publication material has the same number of responses as those who feel that they may not be properly attributed for their works. Meanwhile, those who said that their institutions do not allow them to disclose the results of their study has equally the same number of responses as those who are not so confident with their writing skills. The remainder has said that their works are still on publisher embargo, that is why they could not share their works to the public for now. 34% of the respondents have signified that they are not into knowledge generation, hence not active in knowledge sharing, but are knowledge receptors. Why? 34% denoted their non-activity in producing knowledge outputs. A majority of them do not write because their current respective institutions do not require them to come up with such outputs anyway. A significant number of them also said that they would rather keep themselves updated with the new developments in the fields. Another notable reason that garnered the highest number is that they said that they are not adept at writing. Given the chance to produce knowledge outputs, the respondents were asked of their openness to share what they have written or created. Remarkably, 93% responded positively to this. On the other hand, they were also probed of their willingness to participate in collaborative research whenever there is an opportunity for them to do so. Quite proportional to their openness to knowledge sharing is the 89% who said that they are willing to go ahead with collaboration. "66% who comes out with knowledge outputs, whether in compulsion or purely because of sheer interest, is a healthy sign that librarians now venture into knowledge sharing and do not simply exist as custodians." Another noteworthy finding in this study is that those non-licensed professionals but who were trained or educated in library information science actively take part in knowledge generation, which is 57% of them. Out of this percentage, 50% published and collaborate. They do so primarily because of their connection to institutions that expect them to come out with explicit knowledge, as it could be the nature of their institutions to conduct project studies and publish such materials. Aside from this expectation, they also write for incentive purposes. Librarians who are knowledge generators share their works by way of collaboration and publishing. As for publishing, the fact that there is only a slim difference between those who publish and those who do not tells us that Filipino librarians are slowly picking up in the publishing arena. Another positive indication of interest to knowledge sharing could also be rooted from those who have neither experience in the knowledge generation, collection, and sharing process. Despite their various reasons for non-participation, still, 65% of them intend to participate, intend to share knowledge assets, and were open to collaboration, if given the chance to do so. Similarly, 35% of them are quite knowledgeable about publishing, and all of them are familiar with publishing in various degrees. With these numbers, there is no doubt that many Filipino librarians are receptive about knowledge exchange. In conclusion, as librarians blend into the scholarly society as producers of knowledge assets, other than being its points of reference, the fulfillment of being consulted in both capacities is gradually gaining wider acknowledgement as custodians of knowledge and custodians who impart knowledge. And with the increasing popularity of the internet as a publishing hub rather than a universe of search engines, knowledge exchange has reached remarkable heights that librarians are not anymore intimidated by it, but have in fact capitalized on the scholarly opportunities these web technologies have opened up for them. In the same vein, Filipino librarians are now seeing the potential benefits of open access publishing to channel their knowledge sharing initiatives as generators of knowledge. So that's it. Thank you.